That's me, and I thought I'd give you a quick video on my golden panshakes and how to harvest their eggs. They are a mop spawner, so it's very simple to breed them. They don't require a lot of effort, and as you can see, there's polystyrene balls floating around for the fact that there is mops in the tank at the moment. So, sort of getting a view of this. I had 5 bristlenose in the tank, fully grown bristlenose, and for 2 weeks threw some dead plants in here that slowly rotted down to create the substrate to get the pH and the levels what they should be for a natural tank. And I'll come back to you in a second once I've got one of the mops out and show you some eggs. I got one of the 3 I run in that tank out, and if you can see there, I'll just lean out of the shadow. Little tiny clear ball is what golden panshake eggs look like. In comparison, it is probably around the size of probably a couple of sugar granules. They're not very big, but they're quite easy to spot for the fact that they are clear and they sit on. I use the green for the fact that it's very easy to spot them. There he is there, the camera's so small it can't focus on it. And so they hook, the females work inside this, so they'll climb inside it and lay their eggs. And it sort of becomes a nest, if you will, for them. So she only laid one in this mop today. Normally it's one of the favourites. They're quite fussy, my ones, on what mop they'll lay in, which days. So that one's empty, so I'll just grab, take off the lid. I'll grab, that's just a view from the top. There's the female over here is only a spare in case I lose one. So I run it across the tank just to get as much water off it as possible so I don't make a mess. But if you have a fish room or something, they're obviously going to get messy. So, we'll see what this one has to offer for us. Don't really like this one. It was a horrible design. It's probably one of the oldest methods around for making a mop, is just go down to your local shop, and for a couple of dollars you can pick up a ball of oil. Here's something I'll show you. This here on my finger, don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's a yellow spot. I'll put them on the, get off. That there, the little yellow spot, is one infertile egg, looks like, laid by a mother who was too young or too stressed at the time. So you have fertile, infertile. And you will get, when you first start to breed them, like I only introduced those couple together a week ago, there's a new couple in that tank, you'll get quite a few infertile eggs out of her for a few days because she's still stressed about the move, etc, etc, and she's actually almost too stressed at the moment to breed. So, but this is what I have for my tank for bringing out babies. It's got one of the mops in it at the moment, and I sort of just dump the babies into this. It's got about an inch of water in it. The pipe head's there because I'm too lazy to take it out. Some Java fern, which is just laying there, growing fine. So yeah, I'll get the last mop out and I'll show you, see what's in it. Killies are probably one of my favourite fish for the colour. There's a few infertile ones already on here. Didn't even need to take it out of the water before I saw those. Right, we have one there, right on the tip of my finger. So obviously they'll like this one for today. See, if you get a few infertile eggs, if you ever breed them, don't really be fussed about it. They're just young, a young pair, and they're sort of, what you should expect is to have a small success rate compared to if you had a fully grown pair. Like I've got one fully grown male out of my whole collection I had. So yeah, if you're ever building one of these, do not make the mop white or any other useless colour like that. It's not really useless, it's just annoying to find eggs on. I had 2 white ones and I threw them in the fireplace. Eggs and all, because they were just so annoying to find them on. So I got 3 eggs so far. And admittedly this is only after 2 hours of actually introducing the pair that I've got eggs, like, because she was inside like a little fighter display box sitting in the tank, just so she hopefully would stress down a bit, but she hasn't. And I think some of these eggs might just be from the first pair I had in there. Oh, there's an egg there on that one. Between my fingers, sort of glistening. That's another infertile. A couple of popped eggs on here, so they've started eating them. If you don't get to the eggs, they will eat them. So it's either you get to them or they become food, because it's survival of the fittest. In nature, I'll try to put a link to a video. So here's an egg's shell in there. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh, just that little pixel right there shows white in the shade. In nature, the killies go onto the floodplains and they'll lay their eggs and retreat back to the safety of the waterways, and then the eggs will sit in the acidic peat, which triggers them, and then they will, when there is another flood in a few weeks, because it does not take long for a small storm, rainstorm, anything to create a puddle, the killies will live in a puddle literally for a couple of weeks or a month even, until there is a storm where they can swim out of their wee puddle or holding pond or whatever they're in and go into the waterways. So I seem to have done okay. I've got 5 infertile eggs there. I got 5 fertile eggs. I'm not really having a really hard look. I don't really need any more pancake babies. Sort of got a few. But if you like seeing me show you how to breed fish and breeding fish, advice on breeding fish, hit the like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. I've had the channel going for a month now and already got 5 subscribers, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll try to do videos every week, and with the fish room coming up, hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more out of that. My dad's going to hopefully buy me a better camera and sort out some problems I'll have with the system. But so that's how you do your killie eggs. It's sort of, they just float there and the fish go inside. One of my few, and I don't know if you'll be able to see him, he's quite beautiful. As my male, which is right, the wood is a bit, just water a bit. Liquid on the oil on top. You can see the glisten of its gold tail there. I'll put a picture off the web of what they look like, since the water's a bit blurry. There was a bent one in here, but he became cichlid food, and I can do a video on harvesting cichlid fry if you would like. My big olive rockfish has come out. He's about 15 centimeters in length. Grew him from about 10, so he's grown 5 centimeters, which is pretty cool. Fed on cichlid pellets to bring out the colour, etc. And he's also been eating a couple of my snails, and I think he's responsible for those. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe.